Okay, this morning I found a spot of blood on the bedspread where Hannah had been sleeping last night, and then I didn't see any blood on her t-shirt, so none of that's underneath there was bleeding again. And so I looked, and on the right side, right about here, she has a couple of tumors, but one was bigger and had broken open. So, and it was not protected by anything. It was just, I had taken her dog collar off a couple of days ago, so there was nothing there. So she might have scratched it, I don't know. Or maybe just rubbed against something. But, and so I put a nonstick bandage, sprayed it with some antiseptic spray, and sprinkled that Yunnan Bio powder on top of the spray, hoping that'll help it stay on the pad. Put the pad on, put a gauze pad on top of that, and then wrapped it with this thicker gauze roll, 6-ply, right here, that I had found online. More cushiony, and kind of stays put better, and then wrapped it with a couple of layers of this stretchy stuff. And it looks uncomfortable, but she shook her head once, and it doesn't seem too bad. So she's been wearing no dog collar. I'll only put the dog collar on when we have to go out with the leash. And so pretty much nearly all of her body now is covered with either t-shirt or this bandaging, or so she has 3 ulcerated tumors. That new one right about there, the original one was right about there. It's underneath the t-shirt and under some bandaging. And then there was one a couple of days ago on this side, I think down here. So she's a mess, but she puts up with everything. She's so good when I'm doing the bandaging. I guess she's been trained at vet med to stay still, or that's just her nature, but she's a good patient. Putting up with a lot. Okay, let's see. I hope nothing else happens. I thought I'd show you my dog pharmacy. So I finally had to put the stuff in this bigger bin that I had. And I have more. I got big boxes of everything. And so a lot of them are in my bathroom vanity. But this is all sorts of stuff that I have on hand. So these, I like the 3-inch better. These are 4-inch. But 3 inches seem to work better. So that's a 3-inch. Here's that antiseptic spray. A bunch of 3-inch stretchy, sticky. This is regular gauze, single layer. And then this is that cushiony gauze, a 6-ply that I just got. I got a bunch of those. Scissors, fabric scissors, and then various pads. These are just some small non-stick pads, 2x3, and then I have the larger ones, which I tend to use. These are non-stick pads, 3x4. These are just gauze pads, Band-Aid gauze pads, but they're not non-stick. And then various tapes. So this is a little one that's handy to use because I can easily take it and cut it while I'm working. But then the best one to use are these cloth. I think they're Next Care or something like that. But the cloth tapes, they have the most adhesive, and they stick to hair as well as the bandages. Whereas some of these others don't really stick as very well. This one doesn't stick very well, but it's okay for sticking just to hold something temporarily. Yep. And then, of course, I have this is Bleed Stop. But lately I've been using that Yunnan Bio since I bought a bunch of it. So I put it on topically, but also I'm going to give her a tablet orally. Okay, but wow. It takes a lot to take care of this girl, but it's worth it.